My name is Lana LeBlanc. I'm a welder at Vancouver Shipyards, and I've been here for about 14 years, on and off a little bit. And I started with the Fast Cats back in about 1998. Well, I'm a welder, which means that I fuse metal, for people who don't know what that is. And I've worked some in the new assembly shops, like the new construction. So putting brand new pieces of metal together, which is always nice. But the majority of my time here at VSY has been in the ship repair. So welding and sometimes helping fitters to put new pieces of metal into these really old barges and tugboats, which is, in my opinion, probably the biggest challenge here at the yard. And I believe it's also been the bread and butter of this yard. So it's what's kept us going in really lean times. And it's mostly what I do. And I like it. What I did before I became a welder had nothing to do with this industry. Back in the day, when I was young and carefree, I was in music and theater. That's what I did. Of course, no real marketable skills once you become a single mom and you're broke. So I had to figure out something to do. And I heard from a friend that there was a program at BCIT for women in trades, get your hands on to about 6 or 7 different trades. I tried them, and welding was the one that I just fell in love with, just right off the bat like that. And here I am, all these years later. I've been able to support my first little child, and then I had another one after that, been married, been divorced, the whole thing, but I'm still here. And to me, that's amazing, because I didn't know if I would be, but you know, it's a testament to just kind of sticking in there and hanging on for dear life. What can I tell you? I got into this, I think I got my C level, which is the most basic level of welding, back in probably about 1993, 94, somewhere in there. And I was a single mom of about a 2.5-year-old little girl, who was one busy little girl. She was a handful, and I juggled raising this little girl with going to school every day to become a C-level welder, which is about a 7-month program. I really enjoyed it. I felt like I was pretty good at it, and I felt like my instructors were really supportive. But it was hard back in those days, because I didn't know how long I'd stick in the industry. I didn't know where I'd end up. And because I had such good mentors back then with these instructors, it was actually one of them that not only tipped me off to the fact that there was work here at the shipyards, they actually made a call on my behalf, and it was fantastic. I got a job interview, I popped a resume in, and bingo bongo, I was here. Well, I love the money, of course, let's be honest about that. Money's good. I love the people that I work with, like my peers and the other tradespeople here are some of the best people I've ever met. We're one big happy family, maybe one big happy dysfunctional family, but we're a family. I love Vancouver. It's the most beautiful city in the world. And to be out on a day like today is, to me, the best job you could have. No fluorescent lights, no high heels. I mean, it's kind of liberating. I think it's great. So yes, you can definitely raise a family and work in the shipbuilding industry. And I know that for a fact because I've done it. I raised 2 kids, and because we start early in the morning, which means sometimes they had to be at daycare brutally early, but I was always done at 3 o'clock. And because I lived just on the other side of the Iron Workers Memorial for about 12 years, I could scoot across the bridge and still pick up my kids by about 3:30. And so I didn't need to do after school care, which means it saved me money, but more importantly, I got to be with them, because that was super duper important to me. My kids were my world. I think that I wouldn't be in this industry if I didn't have a few very good mentors along the way. And I started off getting my welding training at Kwantlen College in Langley. There were some amazing instructors there. So many I can't name them all, but you know what? They kind of made me who I am. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true, because they were supportive, they saw talent in me, they saw me struggling as a single mom, and they either A, wouldn't let me give up, or just kept on pushing me through. There were ups and downs, and I felt supported. I think that once again, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have given up. And I'm so glad that I didn't. What advice would I give to young girls or young people in general coming into the industry? I would say that if you could work in the shipbuilding industry, you wouldn't have to work out of town. You could continue to live in the most beautiful city in the world. You could still raise your kids and be close to home. You could make good money. For me, working out of town, I might have become a gazillionaire, but that wasn't important to me. Being close to home in the city that I love and can never seem to get enough of, and raising my kids and supporting them well financially, it really worked for me. And I think it could work for a lot of other young people, moms, dads, even people who have a lot of experience that maybe are kind of trying to transfer their skills to this work. It can be done, definitely.